Welcome to Media Melanie Talks TV. I'm Melanie, and today I'm back to talk about Paradise on Hulu, Season 1, Episode 6, You Asked for Miracles. We've only got a pair of episodes left here in Season 1, and I would love to know, what is everybody thinking about this season so far overall? I do think Dan Fogelman has done a really great job weaving in a lot of the emotional feels from This Is Us. With some action, some dystopian vibes, it's really giving a full circle watching experience. And I've got to imagine we're probably going to get a season 2. And I also think we're in for a pretty big twist for the final episode. So before we get more into this one, please be sure you go ahead, like this video, hit that subscribe button, and stick with me for more TV talk. So a big part of this episode was Xavier in his action movie era. Not only did he have some solid one-liners such as yippee-ki-yay, mother effer, tell your girl I'm coming for her, and leaving that note of we've got the guns, ho ho ho. I mean, does that read more action movie or what? I love the range of Sterling K. Brown. He can be the Randall. He can be the emotional dad. He can be the Secret Service agent. He can come in, guns blaring, formulating a plan, getting a team under him. What can the man not do? And really, one of the biggest discoveries in this episode was confirmation that Cal's wife, Terry, is actually alive on the surface. We did get quite a few flashbacks and a little bit more context into Cal and Xavier's relationship and what was going to happen once S did actually hit the fan. And when they were going through this protocol, there was just something about the way in which Cal reacted when Xavier said, "Oh yeah, my wife's going to Atlanta again." James Marsden just kind of paused and looked at him, and in that moment, I could tell, okay, whatever this threat is definitely imminent. But I started asking myself, what if Xavier's wife is actually somehow involved tangentially with whatever this post-apocalyptic plan was? She keeps going to Atlanta. She is a scientist. What if she's working on maybe another grouping of these mountains where people are living? Or what if she was working on some type of top secret project that Xavier had no idea about, but for some reason, Sinatra and Cal knew exactly what she was doing. And Cal even said something like, hey, we need to put an end to Atlanta. And yes, it could have been just because he's concerned for Xavier. He wants his wife to be there, so that way when stuff does go down, she is there. Instead, Cal says, hey, wherever she is, we're gonna go pick her up. And unfortunately, we know that that didn't happen. We also know Sinatra has allegedly been holding this information under her cap from Xavier the entire time. And it also makes me wonder, does Gabby know? I was clocking her to be kind of this big bad, but unfortunately, I think she's really just under this thumb of Sinatra and thinks that she actually has more power and knowledge than she does. The fact that her bestie was there spying on her in her home, taking that hot, steamy shower with Xavier, I mean, there's no trust there, and I think Gabby is starting to realize that, but yet she still sells Xavier out and makes sure that Sinatra's there to talk to him at the end. I don't know, Gabby. I'm hoping that you come around and you join the other side, because I am not liking the team that you have chose here. And then I keep wondering as well, with Sinatra saying that Terry is alive, is this just a complete lie? Is she just making this up to control Xavier? And if she is alive, I mean, there's got to be other people alive out there. Are we looking at this Fallout or Silo situation where we're going to have somebody go back to the surface once everybody figures out what Sinatra did and actually killed the people who went before? It is reading very Silo, and now we've got essentially a rebellion, a revolution, which we know in Silo happened about every, 140 years or so. It's happening only in 3 years here in Paradise. And I'm interested to see exactly how this works out. It all came into place pretty easily. I mean, Xavier was just able to get the code from Robinson, get the guns, formulate a team together. What I liked was the fact that they were going to loop in Jane, and the comment with Holly Hobby with the gun. Man, our girl Jane is such a sleeper. Nobody knows what she is up to and her true nature. Whoever recruited her, which I'm imagining is obviously Sinatra, did a really great job. Who would have known this girl who's been playing it coy, playing it innocent, is actually one of the most cold-blooded people in this entire show. And that's why she's able to effortlessly go up to Presley and convince her that she's here mourning over the death of Billy. She's upset with everything that's going on, and they did have a relationship. I mean, they've played Wii together, right? So on one hand, I'm kind of like, Presley, like, what are you doing going with her during all of this stuff that's happening right now? But on the other hand, it's like, why would Presley not trust her? I mean, maybe she could have had a little bit of an inkling given that Billy was killed, but in her mind, I mean, gosh, she's a teenager. She thinks it's actually Billy's girlfriend. So I don't know. I mean, I think we need to give her a pass, and it is unfortunate. But speaking of Presley again, so we know she was there the night of the murder. We know her and Jeremy were able to get Cal's dad to unlock this tablet. But my question is, why was the tablet in the grass and bushes in the first place? Whoever killed Cal, this person in the flower shirt that matches the bookmark, by the way, question mark, wasn't the motive to get this tablet? And it's starting to make me wonder, maybe Cal was not killed by a Sinatra or somebody in power here. Maybe somebody else down here in paradise kind of knew something was awry, something was amiss, something did not feel right. So they wanted to stir up some drama. And what better way to do that than killing the president? Because in my opinion, if they were killing him to cover up and continue to hide these secrets from everybody, why leave the tablet in the bushes? Unless Cal was somehow able to throw it over his balcony and they missed that, I just don't buy it. The convenience of leaving the tablet in the bushes is really a standout to me. And then, you know, Presley gets the information about what happened and Jeremy's out there kind of broadcasting it to everybody. But another question I had was with the CDs, right? Jeremy's listening to the CDs and I thought Cal had burned in some kind of message on the CDs. Does Jeremy know something that we're not aware yet that he knows? And if so, what is it? Is it something bigger than just the explorers being killed? That number Cal wrote down on the cigarette, I am convinced, is another file number on that tablet that might contain some even bigger and more dangerous information. And we've got Sinatra saying she's just down here trying to protect everybody, but really, she's just in it for the billionaires, as we saw when the sky went out. And for some reason, Gabby's trying to make that not happen. She's more concerned about the mental well-being of everybody. But clearly, Sinatra, she's got a job to do here. She's trying to protect these billionaires. And we heard Xavier's comparison of how they got everybody down there essentially like leading cows to slaughter. But bringing it back to the very beginning of this episode, we did actually get to see Terry and Cal have their last moment, their last kiss before his wife actually went off to Atlanta. But before they did, they were at Presley's school. There was an issue with the way that she decided to present her school project on food inequity. Another pair of parents didn't like her methodology there. So Xavier's wife, by the way, is me. I am that mom in the principal's office where I will fiercely defend my kids for whatever it is, especially if it is a situation like this where there is perhaps a more entitled family there thinking that their golden child did nothing wrong. Well, you know what? I am Terry and I am proud to be that type of mom. And she said something to Xavier like, sometimes you just need to cause a scene or know when you need to cause a scene. And you know what? Xavier finally took that message to heart and he is seen causing here, him and Robinson. But what will the end game actually be? Are they going to just kill all these billionaires? Are they going to imprison them down here in paradise and all of the normie people kind of take over? I'm not sure what that end game will look like, and will it result in some of the people leaving this paradise bunker and going back to the surface once they realize that there's the potential to actually live up there and there are more people there? I think controlling this population of 25,000 is going to be difficult with all of this uprising that's going on. So Endgame? Question mark. We've got 2 episodes left to kind of let all of this unfold, and I really hope we get a big cliffhanger at the end of episode 8 that will propel us right into a second season. So look, really my biggest questions, is Xavier's wife Terry actually alive out there? And if so, where? Is she in Atlanta? Could she have been working on something adjacent to this post-apocalyptic living, perhaps? Could she end up maybe being a bad guy somehow and it was right under Xavier's nose? I'm also very fascinated with that flower symbol. We did see it on Cal's dad's bookmark, which he had given to his wife, and then on the back of that shirt. But if that's the first time Presley saw it, who is this mysterious person walking around with this flower icon shirt? Is there another faction of people here in Paradise? Maybe it is a rebellion group like we've seen in Silo, for instance. And the question would be, how are they related to Cal's dad, who was one of the original people responsible for even founding and putting this community together? And is it a rebellion? Did Cal get killed to stir up some drama so secrets can come to the surface? Or is it a cover-up? I just can't get over that tablet being in the bushes. I don't know. What do you guys think? Drop your thoughts and theories down in the comments because I am dying to know. And are there bigger secrets here at play? Is Sinatra covering up something else? Will Gabby turn herself around and go with the good guys instead of sticking with Sinatra, who was really never her friend after all? Because I'm sorry, your friends just don't spy on you in your home ever, especially when you're taking really hot, steamy sex showers. So, yippee-ki-yay, everybody! I will be back again next week to talk about Paradise Episode 7. Make sure you stick with me. Hit that subscribe button because I do talk about other dark TV shows such as Severance on Apple TV+, School Spirits on Paramount+, and now The White Lotus on HBO Max started this week, and I will be covering that as well. So, I'll be back again soon. Thanks for tuning in. Media Melanie, clicking off.